you, everyone, for your warm and enthusiastic reception. The name of our report is Every Single Day in the 3-year-long expedition of Captain Meriwether Lewis and Captain William Clark. I should find it fascinating as well as lengthy. I mean thorough. On the first day of their adventure, the 2 young explorers woke up, they washed up for breakfast, they cooked their breakfast, they ate their breakfast, they washed the dishes, they went for a canoe ride, then they cooked their lunch and ate their lunch. Their lunch was good. It was venison, berries, and potatoes. Quiet! I'm trying to report here. How rude. Who could this be anyway? What's going on here?
We're back! We're back! We're back!
We're back. Ruff! Back? Back from what? Who are we?
Who are we? We're Lewis and Clark.
That's Clark and Lewis.
We made it back from the expedition.
Yep, we made it to the Pacific Ocean in just 2.5 years.
We would have been here sooner, but the last 100 miles were the pits.
Yeah, the traffic on the Missouri River was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was.
Wait a minute, just wait a long minute here. The expedition of Lewis and Clark. That's Clark and Lewis. Don't try to confuse me, mister. I happen to know that the expedition of Lewis and Clark, Clark and Lewis, or whatever, took place almost 200 years ago, in the years 1803 to 1805.
Wow, I guess those last 100 miles were harder than I thought.
You can't be the Lewis and Clark.
Could we be the Clark and Lewis?
Well, I don't see how.
Well, I'm quite certain that I'm Meriwether Lewis, the man commissioned by President Thomas Jefferson to lead the expedition.
That's right, he is. And I know I'm William Clark, the other captain, as to make the trip.
And I'm Shaw Bonose, the clumsy guide in the tub to. At least I think I am. Am I?
I'm Sacagawea, the guide for the group, and Charbonneau's wife.
Oh, she is? She was. She is. He was.
Oh, brother.
And I'm certain that I'm the slave who made the trip. They call me York.
Ruff, ruff. I'm the dog Scannon. Could you tell?
Yep, she's the dog, all right. No doubt about it.
I'm so confused. My research is sure to come under the intense scrutiny if what you are telling me is true.
Research?
Yes, you see, I was supposed to give a report to the class about the expedition of Lewis and Clark. Yeah, I know, Clark and Lewis. I don't care for Garfunkel and Simon. My report says that you've been home since 1805. Now, why should anyone believe anything that I say?
Don't get all upset, little girl. We'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, we'll give you a first-hand account of our trip.
It was wonderful.
It was eventful.
It was eye-opening.
It was rough.
Let's tell her all about it. Hit it, fellas!
That's Clark and Lewis.
And it was to see what they could find.
sure is going to make for an interesting report.
And haven't got stories to tell you.
Since I've got you here, I might as well check a few of my facts.
Shoot, lady. Well, don't exactly shoot. We've had enough of that for a while.
That's for sure. Tell her how you shot Captain Lewis right in the rear because he thought he was an elk Charbonneau.
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
She does not want to hear about that.
Neither do I.
What I still don't understand is why President Jefferson was so keen on having to do the trip in the first place. After all, that territory didn't even belong to the United States at the time. Was it?
No, it sure wasn't. But Jefferson had already dispatched two very capable fellows
James Monroe and Robert Livingston.
to France to try and buy some land off the Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte, who was up over his head fighting wars all over Europe.
Not that over his head was exactly very high, but frankly, he was quite broke.
Sounds like a good time for a deal, my dear. Look over there.
We better do it. She's the guide, you know.
Gentlemen, all eyes, all hopes are now fixed on you. On the event of this mission depends the future destinies of this republic.
No kidding, Mr. President. We won't let you down. Gee, this is more important than I thought.
Heavy stuff, isn't it?
Really rough.
Oh, my name's Napoleon Bonaparte, and have I got a deal for you? I'm in danger of being blown apart, so I make this appeal to you. All eyes are fixed on you. All hopes are fixed on you. It's yours, you're really in some luck for 15 million bucks.
His name's Napoleon Bonaparte, and has he got a deal for you? He's in danger of being blown apart, so he makes this appeal to you. His eyes fixed on you, are fixed on you. His walls fixed to you, are fixed to you. It's yours, you're really in some luck for 15 million bucks. You were sent out to buy just New Orleans, but since he's so incredibly poor, you'll do well if you went home with more.
I think I know just how you feel. Come now, boys, let's make a deal. Come now, boys, let's make a deal.
Come now, boys, let's make a deal.
We'll take it. Sold. So you see, Monroe and Livingston bought a lot more than they originally intended to.
Yeah, like 860,000 square miles.
So did the Blue Light Special of land deals.
Well, the truth is, we didn't even know how big the continent was when we started our journey.
Let's get back to the trip itself. So you headed out of St. Louis in a couple of canoes and a couple of keel boats. Was the trip everything you hoped it would be?
Are you kidding? It was the adventure of a lifetime.
It was spectacular.
It was so enlightening.
What trip?
It was freeing.
It was magnificent.
It was glorious.
It was stupendous. Wait, stop. Hold it. I can't believe what I'm hearing. And I'm known to have some pretty good ears. Good grief. Fellas, give me some music. Now, baby, let me give it to you straight. From one who did the entire trip on 4 little paws and not a hydrant in sight. They can tell you it was this great adventure full of romance, excitement, and thrills. But let me tell you right now that no matter what they say and no matter how they say it, the truth of the matter is that the whole doggone trip was absolutely, positively, undeniably rough. saying, lady?
Well, skinning is right on a certain degree with what wild animals, terrible weather, and the natives almost doing us in.
What about those native populations? What was their reaction to you visiting their land?
Why don't you ask Secretary those questions? She probably knows your best answers.
Oui, she's the guide, you know.
And your wife.
She is? I mean, she was. I mean, you were. I mean, you was.
Sacagawea, what was your people's reaction to their visitors from the east?
Oh, my friend, most of the tribes welcomed all of us with open arms. They shared with us their food, their homes, and their friendship. They did not feel there was any reason to be afraid.
In most instances, we were visitors in a world they had already inhabited for generations, a world they had already called home.